Hi Aries, this is Divine Amethyst, and this is your reading for February 2020. So I'm gonna dive in and all that juicy goodness. So what appears to be going on is that there has been a lot of chatter and a lot of gossip going on around you guys, going on around you and also about you. People are a trip. Apparently, they really like the taste of your name in their mouth. God bless them. And all of this is based on a situation that just, at first I thought initially looking at the cards, it was just recently, but it appears that it's something that's kind of either it's been going on for a few years or you've been recovering from something that happened a few years ago. Because there were things that were revealed. It looks like there was a certain amount of deception that you were dealing with, where either you were unfaithful or a partner was unfaithful to you, and it really kind of caused you to go within because you're like, who the fuck can I trust? What is this bullshit? And there's a lot of stuff that was just like, that was very hidden, and it also created a great deal of anxiety for you. And while this does seem to look like a romantic read, it could be connected also with business, just from some of the other things that I'm seeing in here. But I mean, even down to like, yo, if my nails let me get this card up, there we go. I mean, the fact that you have the snake, like, and if you take a look at that, look at that. Look at how, you know, that lady sitting up there looking sideways and you got a snake whispering in her ear, talking all this shit. And this goes back to what I was saying about like all of the gossip going on around you and around your situation, and also the backstabbing. Like some of you have had some snake ass motherfucker all up in your ear, and they're running and whispering and hissing one thing in your ear, and then running and whispering and hissing a whole bunch of other shit in somebody else's. And they're playing both sides towards the middle. You've got a whole bunch of arguments and conflict that this may have caused in a relationship or a partnership of some sort for you. And it's really caused you to reassess what your situation is and how you're approaching things. You've had some time where you've really had to step back from just dealing with the whole situation because you're like, this is too much drama. I'm not doing this. I'm, you know, the best way for me to win is just say, fuck all of you, you know? And so you've kind of stepped back from that, but you're still kind of freaking out over it. Even though on the surface, it doesn't appear that you are. Like people who do not know you really, really well don't know that that shit has you fucked up the way that it does, but it does. That shit hits you hard. You've got to really learn how to let go again and how to just have fun and enjoying your life and embracing the things that you do have positive in your life and the positive relationships that you do have in your life that have, you know, family, friends. It appears that you have some folks who you had connections with when you were younger that are going to be re-entering your sphere. And while it does show younger, it might even be someone just, you know, someone who you met when you were at a more lighthearted phase in life. Doesn't necessarily have to be someone that you met when you were younger, but there's going to be a lot of back and forth between you and these people. And it's going to cause a change where you're going to feel compelled to go ahead and take journeys. I don't know whether these are physical journeys or whether it's a journey in the sense of really rediscovering yourself and reconnecting with yourself. But you're going to have to make this trek, because right now it's impacted your ability to be stable within your own emotional and psychological sphere and to feel safe. And basically making sure that you reconnect with yourself and reconnect with the divine is what is going to bring you the return to the stability that you really want and that you really need. There are a whole bunch of secrets that are really, really coming out, like with, oh my gosh, people are a trip. People are really a trip, I'm just saying. But there's, it appears almost like this is not the traditional meaning of it, but I'm like looking at the imagery. But it's like there was a love or a passion, whether it was a person or an activity or something, that you've kind of locked away your passion about it and your heart in relation to it. And that's also part of what's coming up to the surface. And this is going to create a whole bunch of chaos, but you are going to have success with it moving forward. It's a matter of, you don't necessarily have to, when you open it, when you start doing that through your self-exploration, when you open what's been locked away, you don't necessarily have to share it with everyone else until you process what your emotions and your thoughts are in relation to it. Because it looks like the same folks that were represented in that snake card are floating around still looking for a way to cause chaos and just basically be shit starters. People being special. But you have a real opportunity here to rediscover that center of yourself and open yourself back up to the feelings that you've kind of been locking away and things that you've been passionate about that you haven't been ready to share. Whew, but there is mad gossip, because there was gossip at the beginning, and now I'm coming to the end, and there's more people trying to stir up chaos and trying to start gossip. Like, I was about to jump right into the clarifiers, but I'm about to go ahead and I think I'm going to pull a few more cards on this, because I'm just kind of curious. What else is going on around this? What are further messages for the sign of Aries for February 2020? Further messages for the sign of Aries for February 2020. Further messages for the sign of Aries for February 2020. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Wow. Okay, Aries. So basically this introspection and then also all the gossip going on up. Oh my goodness. So you're at a crossroads in your life. That's what all of this has brought you to. You really have to decide what direction you are going to take, and making the right choice is going to lead you to what you desire. Also, one of the things that I really want to caution about, just because like looking at this, make sure, wow, you're about to have a new love interest coming in, or a rekindling of some sort of romance. This makes me want to call some of my Aries friends as soon as I finish recording this and be like, girl, who is he? Just being nosy and shit. But yeah, either wrap it up or have them wrap it up or something, because like there is going to be, it looks that those two cards next to each other, that looks like some baby making sex going on. So if you would like to, you know, plan the timing that you do that, and you don't want it to be like immediate, somebody's getting knocked up. Somebody's also having some wild sex. Good for you. Congratulations. But yeah, there, it looks like there is going to be positive fruit in your business endeavors and in your love life. It also looks like there's the person that's coming in, like you view them as your sunshine. Oh, that is really fucking beautiful, actually. And it's time for you to make that move towards them. And wherever you are in your path, just be honest and genuine and upfront with them about how you're feeling. Don't play any games with it. Don't game yourself out of this opportunity, because it looks like you can really have something really beautiful as long as you're focusing on being true to yourself and true to what really makes you tick and what's the primary things that drive you, that you're passionate about. Wow. Well, congratulations to whoever is about to be expecting. Congrats, and congrats on the romance. Good for you. Good for you. This has been your reading thus far. I was about to close out, but you know what? I'm going to do clarifiers. My nosy ass just really wanted to call some of my Aries girlfriends and be like, hey, who, huh, who, what? But no, we're going to do your clarifiers. All right. Let's see. Clarifiers for the sign of Aries for February 2020. Clarifiers for the sign of Aries for February 2020. Clarifiers for the sign of Aries for February 2020. Clarifiers for the sign of Aries for February 2020. Wow. Okay. All right. So your clarifiers are telling you to really get yourself out of stagnation. I would suggest, actually, based on some of this, because it's talking about how you're going to be receiving a great deal of divine inspiration this month, and you're also going to be really deeply connecting with your higher self as well. It's talking about you have to find ways to break up the energy in different ways than you've been doing, and understand like what the lessons were from changing those patterns as you're moving through that. I would suggest that if you are not currently doing so, perhaps doing Qigong or Tai Chi and kind of like really flowing with the energy with that might be very good for you this month, as far as breaking up that old energy and flowing into the next phase, because you're about to have a time where things are about to go from 0 to 100 like that quickly for you coming up. And you really have to step in and step into your power, step into yourself, embrace that, and understand the balance between being compassionate towards others and also being true to yourself. And what is the fine balance with that? And you have to break yourself of different habits that have been kind of keeping you stagnant. Like there are certain things that you kind of might have been sitting in that have not brought you joy just because you've had a certain comfort zone with that. And so it's time to make a change on that. Well, Aries, this has been your February 2020 reading. Thank you so much for coming to my channel.